Concorde was developed by the United Kingdom and France as part of the first major cooperative aircraft design venture between two European countries. In 1962, the UK and France signed a treaty to share costs and risks in the aircraft's production. How much is the Concorde worth? The initial development estimate for Concorde was $130 million. However, this was vastly exceeded by the final cost reaching over $2.8 billion. What's the Concorde's top speed? The Concorde's top speed is 1,354 miles per hour. Several reasons led to the decision to withdraw Concorde. Air France and British Airways cited low passenger numbers and high maintenance costs. By the early noughties, the plans were outdated and expensive to run, despite being incredibly advanced when they were first introduced almost 3 decades previously. This crash was a very sad one on the 25th of July 2000. Air France Flight 4590, a Concorde passenger jet on an international charter flight from Paris to New York, crashed shortly after takeoff, killing all 109 people on board and 4 on the ground. It was the only fatal Concorde accident during its 27-year operational history. 1. Whilst taking off from Charles de Gaulle Airport, the aircraft ran over debris on the runway, causing a tire to explode and disintegrate. Tire fragments, launched upwards at great speed by the rapidly spinning wheel, violently struck the underside of the wing, damaging parts of the landing gear, thus preventing its retraction, and causing the integral fuel tank to rupture. Large amounts of fuel leaking from the rupture ignited, causing a loss of thrust in the left-hand side engines 1 and 2. The aircraft lifted off, but the loss of thrust, high drag from the extended landing gear, and fire damage to the flight controls made it impossible to maintain control. The jet crashed into a hotel in nearby Gonesse 2 minutes after takeoff. All 9 crew and 100 passengers on board were killed, as well as 4 people in the hotel. 6 other people in the hotel were critically injured, 3 in the wake of the disaster. The entire Concorde fleet was grounded. It returned to service on November 7, 2001, following the implementation of various modifications to the airframe, but to limited commercial success. The type was finally retired by Air France in May 2003 and by British Airways in November of the same year. Aircraft and crew FBTSC, the Concorde involved in the accident. Photographed in 1985, the aircraft involved was a 25-year-old Aerospatiale BAC Concorde, registration FBTSC, serial number 203, that had its maiden flight on the 31st of January 1975, during testing. The aircraft's registration was FWTSC. The aircraft was leased to Air France on the 6th of January 1976. It joined the Air France fleet full-time in 1980. It was powered by 4 Rolls-Royce Olympus 593-610 turbojet engines, each of which was equipped with afterburners. The aircraft's last scheduled repair had taken place on the 21st of July 2000. 4 days before the accident, no problems were reported during the repair. At the time of the crash, the aircraft had flown for 11,989 hours and had made 4,873 takeoff and landing cycles. 3. 21 to 35, 4, 5. The cockpit crew consisted of the following: 3. 18 to 20, 6. Captain Christian Marty, age 54, who had been with Air France since 1967. He had 13,477 flight hours, including 317 hours on the Concorde. Marty had also flown the Boeing 727, 737, Airbus A300, A320, and A340 aircraft. First Officer Jean Marcotte, 50, who had been with Air France since 1971 and had 10,035 flight hours, with 2,698 of them on the Concorde. He had also flown the Aerospatiale N262, Marine Saulnier MS-760 Paris, Sud Aviation Caravelle and Airbus A300 aircraft. Flight engineer Gilles Jardinot, 58, who had been with Air France since 1968. He had 12,532 flight hours, of which 937 were on the Concorde aircraft. Jardinot had also flown the Sud Aviation Caravelle, Dassault Falcon 20, Boeing 727, 737, and 747, including the -400 variant aircraft. I'm gonna play a short crash animation so you can understand how this happened. Thanks for watching and supporting my channel. If you have any plane crash recommends, please comment it in the comment section. Thank you.